Hi guys, today is the day 12 of English Speaking Challenge. Worried where the previous 11 days are? Please watch the introduction and my previous videos to understand what is happening in this series. Coming to today's topic. The topic for today is money. Most important thing for majority of us, right? And an interesting one too. So, these are the questions that you can address when you are talking about the topic money. What was the first job or task you ever received money for? Second one, how stressed are you regarding money? Third one, what would you do if you found money on the road? Fourth one, what do you spend the most upon? Fifth one, your association in general with money. So before we move ahead, let me tell you about an AI named Sparky. So when it comes to the money part, finding or joining spoken English platform or a private or hiring a private tutor is quite difficult for a lot of us. So instead of a human tutor, you can now practice with an AI that's extremely affordable. You can practice with it 24/7 at home and that too unlimited and for a fraction of the cost. Do check out the details by downloading the app. Link to download is in the description box. Now, let's watch a demo video of Sparky to understand it better.
Hey, Rima. You can talk to me or ask me questions about any topic. What would you like to talk about today?
Hi, Sparky. I had some questions about the Indian budget that was released on 23rd of July. Can you tell me, can you answer some questions for me?
Hey, Rima. That's great. I'd be happy to answer your questions about the Indian budget.
I wanted to know that what is the main difference between the new tax regime and the old tax regime?
The main difference between the new tax regime and the old tax regime is that the new regime offers lower tax rates but without certain exemptions and deductions. Do you want to know more about these changes?
One last question, Sparky. What are the deductions available in the old tax regime?
Now, let's get to answering these questions. The first task that I received money for should be my first job. I never did any part time gig or any sort of freelancing that paid me any money. I got selected during a campus interview and I entered into a software job. That was my first bank account that I created. I was overjoyed when I got my first salary. The first check that I received was 20,000 rupees. This was 2008 and 20,000 for a fresher was good enough back then. And it was also the first time that I was earning money due to my hard work. It felt very satisfying and very encouraging. It was not like now I have started working, so the money belongs to me. My dad was keeping track and would tell us, yes, I know that it is your hard earned money, but you should never have a feeling that it is my money because we are a family on whole. So the money belongs to the family, it belongs to everyone. I think South Indians will be able to relate more to this. So it didn't make much difference to me because even my thought process was the same. I never felt that I have all this money and I can spend on whatever I want to. Somewhere at the back of my head, I would have a feeling that I still have to report my expenses to my dad as I was also used to it. Now coming to second question, how stressed are you regarding money? I'm not stressed because of money because by God's grace, my parents have made a little saving for me. We have enough, touch wood, to fulfill our needs. And I know how to differentiate between wants and needs. I wouldn't think twice to spend on something which is needed. But when it comes to wants, I will think like multiple times before spending money on it, and I will also start feeling guilty about it later. So, thanks to God, to my parents, my in laws, and my husband, I don't say that we are millionaires, no, but we are average middle class. We need to keep working in order to keep money coming in. We cannot just sit and enjoy. We don't have so many assets, but we have some emergency fund. So I'm not very stressed regarding money during this phase of my life, at least. But I guess my husband is. The thinking is usually different, right? So I think he is, but when it comes to me, I'm not stressed about money. Now, coming to third question, what would you do if you found money on the road? This is like highly unlikely situation, especially in a populated country like India. The chances of people losing money or chances of people finding money lying on the road is highly unlikely. But this is a hypothetical question. So if I find money on the road, maybe I'll give it to someone who is in need of it. Because I do not want anything which is not mine. I don't know, also because I don't know how that money was earned. If it is something that my parents are giving me, I would happily accept it. But if someone is giving me something, it causes a lot of stress inside me, and I wouldn't accept the money unless I have worked for it. So if I found money on the road, I wouldn't take it in the first place. I would leave it there for someone else to take it. But if it is in such a place that it is isolated and nobody's going to see that money for a long time, then I would take the money and I would put it into charity or give it to someone who is in need of it. Next question, what do you spend most on? I think currently we spend most of our money on my children's needs for their education. Yeah, that is the most expensive thing that we are spending on at the moment. When it comes to clothes or jewelry or gadgets, we don't spend mindlessly because our wants and desires have somehow faded away. We are always thinking about saving to provide better for our children, and we are not feeling bad about it. We are content with what we are having. Tomorrow, if I have to give you some example, tomorrow if my laptop breaks down, I need it for my work purpose and I'll buy it. I'll just buy it, even by EMI, but I'm going to buy it. But just for the sake of upgrading or owning something fancy, we wouldn't do it. I know even jewelry is quite expensive these days, but I do not like gold or diamond jewelry because they are so expensive, and you have to take extra care about them. You have to keep them hidden from the rest of the world. That is an extra tension for me. We have to store it well in the locker or somewhere safe. I have to be worried all the time where that piece of jewelry went. So I love jewelry, but imitation jewelry. You can replace them, you can have a lot of choices. You don't have to worry too much if they are lost. My friends ask me, are you even a woman? Because women love ornaments, they love gold and diamond jewelry, but I don't fancy them much. I'm happy with imitation jewelry because, see, nowadays you have so many varieties of imitation jewelry. You can easily replace the expensive ones, and many wouldn't even realize that they are not real. So, yes, we spend the most of our money on our children. The last question is your association in general with money. My association with money has been quite good. I am a miser. I am not a spendthrift. I like buying inexpensive things. I am not after brands. I will go for a local brand. I would buy things from the sale and it's okay. Also because I don't go out and work, but for people who are in a particular setting, it is important for them to dress accordingly. But for me, I do not spend a lot. Even during my childhood days, whenever I received something like a pocket money, which was again very rare, maybe once a while, we would get 1 rupees, 50 paise, 2 rupees. Even that, I would just keep it in my compass box and it would stay there for many days. I wouldn't spend it. So yes, I am a miser. I do not spend money. I believe in growing money, investing it, because my dad always says this, that saved money is earned money. And I believe in it strongly. That doesn't mean that I'm greedy. I do not eye for someone else's wealth. Whatever I have, I'm content with that. I believe in preserving what I have earned, but I wouldn't take advantage of any other wealthy person. So far the association has been good. I have never been broke. Touch wood again. Coming to the second part of the video, which includes vocabulary, idioms, and phrases. The first one, debt, means owing money to someone. One thing my dad always advised is never take debt from anyone. Second one, inherit, means receive money or house or property from someone after they have died. That man inherited all the wealth after his father died. Third one, miser or spendthrift. These are antonyms. Miser means a person who doesn't spend money, and spendthrift is someone who spends money recklessly. Break the bank means extremely expensive. He had to break the bank to get his daughter married. Born with a silver spoon in your mouth means born in a wealthy family. My neighbor's grandchild was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Bring home a bacon means to earn a living. In rural India, it's usually the men who bring home a bacon. Save for a rainy day means to put money aside in case of an emergency. We were tempted to buy a new car. Instead, we choose to save the money for a rainy day. So this was the topic and the questions and answers. Did you find it interesting? Do let me know in the comments. Practice this topic up until Thursday. We'll see you next on day 15 of the 21-day English speaking challenge. Do not give up. Keep practicing. Take care and bye for now.